Well, the final trailer for Eternals just dropped about an hour and a half ago. Seeing as though it's about 1:42 in the morning on this Thursday, and I have to say that it looks really good. I mean, the first trailer gave us an idea of what we were going to get, but this one pretty much gave us the full detail of what to expect. We basically find out in this trailer that the Eternals have been around for, I think they said about 7,000 years or something like that, 70,000, 7,000 years. And we find out that, they have the power to prevent a lot of natural disasters or world-changing events from happening. And unfortunately, they never could, interfere in any of these events throughout the 7,000 plus years they've been around, because of the fact that the person that orders them, to get involved, won't let them get involved unless deviants are involved in the situation. Basically, the deviants are endangering the populace of Earth or any planet, I guess, in the universe. And basically, the trailer starts out with them acknowledging, the snap, acknowledging what Thanos did 5 years ago, Marvel continuity, if you will. And basically, apparently, when Hulk used the gauntlet, if you will, to basically re-snap everybody back into existence that Thanos snapped out of existence, that apparently that opened up enough of a hole, if you will. Well, I wouldn't say opened up a hole or anything, but it basically provided enough power for the emergence of the deviants to come out. In other words, the deviants, because of the Eternals, remained dormant, I guess, and just were waiting for the opportunity to finally emerge. And the opportunity came when, half of the population on Earth, and if not the universe, was snapped back into existence in Endgame by Hulk. And now the deviants are having to come to the forefront to basically once again protect the Earth, protect the citizens from these deviants. When one of the main characters in the story, in the trailer I should say, asked them, well, why weren't you here when we needed you against Thanos, or why weren't you able to prevent all these other historical events that have happened throughout our history? And as I mentioned earlier, one of the main characters, who's like the main focus right now, she basically says, that they couldn't interfere because they were told not to unless the deviants were the ones they had to go against. And when he asks, basically, well, who's this person that told you this, or who ordered you to do this, we see what looks like, I can only assume to be a very Galactus-like character, but I can't really tell. I don't think it's a Watcher or anything, but this thing is huge. I mean, you get this look at this thing right in space. Like one of the characters, one of the Eternals, it transitions to her turning around, and you see this big old, thing, floating in space. And, the first thought I had was, is that Galactus? Because this would be a heck of a way to bring him in. But we're not entirely sure. I mean, I don't remember Galactus with a bunch of freaking, eyes or lights, 4 eyes on his head or anything, but maybe that's his helmet. I don't know. So, yeah, definitely, it definitely turned up the volume and everything. And what we get to see here is we get to see that the Eternals are not just an ethical group of, immortal beings, if you will, that have been around for 7,000 plus years, if not more so. But we also basically see that it's a group that comprises of all ages. Because you don't just have like Angelina Jolie's character in there, but you also have like young members as well. And again, like I said, it's not just, a group of different ethics and ages, but you also have different races. And we're not just talking colored races and all that. We're talking alien race as well. And it's just mind blowing, if you will. It's just mind blowing when you see this. Now it does show how they get their power. Basically, this thing or being in the middle, around because they're sitting around in a circle, if you will, and he gives them their power. So, basically gives each one a power, I guess, that suits them and keeps them immortal. And this, all I could say honestly though is the trailer. You have to see it. Now, if you do see the trailer here, I'm at the bottom. Hopefully, I won't get copyrighted for it, but if I do, that's fine as well. But hopefully, me speaking over it will kind of dilute that, if you will, if you see it. I might just provide a link, in the description, if not at the end of this video, so you guys can check it out for yourselves. But yeah, it's just one of those trailers that it really gets you pumped up. And Chloe, in the lady behind it, Chloe, I think that's her name, I believe. Really shows why she is an Academy Award winner. Really, this trailer is a display of what she's capable of doing, especially when given a property of any kind, whether it's Marvel, an original idea, something based on other kind of properties and stuff. It showcases what she can do and how far in depth she can take things, with the characters and the stories, and the environments involved. It's it's just it's just a spectacular trailer, and if you've not seen it yet, I recommend seeing it. I mean, I know John Campea is going to talk about this. I know Joe Vargas, Angry Joe Show, is going to do a reaction on this. I know Andre Meadows of Black Nerd Comedy is going to do a reaction on this. This is a trailer that really gets you pumped up. Really gets you want to go to the theaters on opening weekend and see this movie. And you know what? It's done exactly that for me. Because right now, Eternals, along with Shang-Chi, which comes out before, they're not, as far as we know, unless things come up, they are not destined to be simultaneously released in theaters and on Disney Plus Premium Access. No, they're going to be theaters only with a 45-day window. But if Eternals does, exceptionally well, if it basically, proves that it is everything that this trailer, along with the previous one, but mostly this one, if it, proves that it is everything that this trailer, says it is hyping it up to be, then I wouldn't be surprised if they make an exception and they keep Eternals in there for a lot longer. I would not be surprised. But yeah, this movie to me is one of the best, cinematically, one of the best filmed movies I think Marvel's going to have. The MCU is going to have, Disney's going to have, despite how you feel about them right now, in quite some time. Just by the way it's being shot, just by the way you can tell by the way the actors are portraying the characters and how they bring them to life. I believe it's really going to be worth seeing on the big screen. I mean, they're advertising it not just for the regular theaters, but for IMAX. Imagine seeing this on the IMAX, probably in 4D or whatever they're going to have for that presentation. But yeah, overall, Eternals definitely, this final trailer has definitely got me hyped. I'm sure it's got all of you hyped. And if you haven't seen it yet, I'll provide the video at the end. I'll link the video, I should say, at the end of this one, so you guys could check it out. And trust me, you will probably enjoy it. Now, for anybody, before I close this, for anybody that's wondering why I didn't just have a reaction video and everything, like I said, things could change. I might try to put it here. I might do another video where it's, it's the same video, me talking like I am, but I'll have basically like maybe the, the trailer at the bottom. But if not, and it's just this one, I do apologize because of the fact that I don't want to suffer any copyright, and I'm sure you would understand that. I mean, John Campea does a reaction video during his John Campea show or discussion. He doesn't show any video as far as I know. You know, he just goes by what he saw, and he gives you his thoughts and everything. So anyway, though, I just wanted to come on here and, you know, just like you said, give you my overall thoughts on the final trailer for Eternals. Looks really good. Chloe is definitely proving why she has earned that Academy Award that she got. And like I said, cinematography here is done beautifully. The acting is done great. And I cannot wait for this to be seen on the big screen. This is going to be, like I said, probably one of the best, most beautifully cinematically shot MCU movies they've had in quite some time. And who knows? It looks like we got a tease of perhaps Galactus showing up. But again, I don't know if that's him or not. That big thing in space. I don't know. We do know that there's a villain that seems very plant-like. I can't think of his name. Maybe you guys can think of it. I'm sure John Campea will bring it up during his thoughts and all that, and others will as well. But yeah, again, you know, besides all that, this to me is going to be one of the more epic, beautifully, like I said, cinematically shot movies the MCU I should say has had, in, you know, since its inception. I'll put it that way. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. Love to hear from each and every one of you. Live chat during the premiere, and I am out.